Yeah. Yeah.
How you doing, everybody? This is another episode of My Brothers Keepers podcast. It's your boy Anthony.
It's your boy Terrence. And today we got a special, show. We got some subscribers and some fans or whatever, supporters that gave us some topics. We got 16 topics here that we're gonna go through. But before we jump into that, what's good, man? How you been?
Shoot, I've been chilling. You know how it is, man.
Yeah.
Another day, another dollar, another day, another holler. All right.
So how do you think last week went, man?
I think it was a success. I mean, we had Major League Records on the set, and they came out, showed love. Shout out to Major League Records once again for showing love to us. And coming out, and we had their single that they had come out that day.
Yeah, they blessed us with the what is it called?
Part-Time Lover.
No, not the song. It's
song.
called the
World premiere.
World premiere.
World
Thank
premiere.
you.
Yeah, I got you that.
Yeah, so definitely blessed us. Shout out Nate's. You know what I mean. Shout out to Don. You know what I mean. Shout out Tori. Thank y'all for coming through, man. The views look great. You know what I mean. So y'all came through. Y'all fans showed love. So I really appreciate y'all coming through, showing love to our podcast.
Much appreciated to y'all. Today we're like he said, we're gonna go through some topics that the people asked us to go through. The most asked, we should say. So we're gonna go through a little bit, let y'all get to know a little bit more about us. And our little background, growing up and everything like that. So we're gonna go through the topics, and then we're gonna feed off of each other, and we're gonna go from there.
Right.
So
I know y'all see me sweating and stuff going on. I'm a little under the weather, the cold season coming around and stuff. So, but I'm gonna try to keep my energy up, keep positivity and everything. So we're gonna just go from there. You know what I mean? Starting from number one, I'm gonna let my boy Ant here. I guess you want to answer and I answer, or you want to do one?
Whichever way you want to do.
So number one question we got is 90s versus today, pros and cons. So growing up in the 90s, is that what it is?
I believe that's how they wanted it. Growing up in the 90s, the advantages and I guess disadvantages for now and back then.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say maybe one of the advantages I can say growing up, that we have now that we didn't have back then, automatically technology. I feel like that's a big thing now today. Everybody's iPhones and doing this and doing that, and laptops and tablets, the whole nine, the watches. You can do a lot with technology. Back then, you didn't have that. You didn't have that back then.
Right.
So it was a little harder to do certain things. It was a little harder to get in touch with everybody. Yeah, they had the beepers back then. The Nokia phones. We had back then.
Shout out to Game Snake when that.
With the little antenna that come up, the little red Nokia. We had that. So I think that's one of the major things, advantages I should say, growing up from now and now. From now and then.
Which is, I feel as though, not to cut you off, I feel as though in itself a pro and con. Like technology can be great, and then it can be used as a weapon. But that's all I input on that.
What would you say is a disadvantage, like something that
of being in today?
Yeah, today to back then.
Leadership. I feel as though kids nowadays, it's hard for kids nowadays to take criticism from a father figure, from an older person, period.
Yeah.
Back in the day when I was growing up, you was acting up, your neighbor could come out, put hands on you, and take you home, you know what I mean? Exactly. Nowadays, you do anything that's sketchy to the kid, not even the parent, but to the kid itself, children and youth, and so I mean, it can go either way. Like back in the day, sometimes a lot of us, when we think of abuse now, we kind of justify it because we went through it, and we can be like, well, we went through it, but it wasn't that bad,
Yeah.
I'm normal, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I got hit with all type of weapons, you know what I mean? But hey, what happens? So, I mean, that's one thing. That would be the biggest thing for me is me at 15, when I was 15, me at 12 or 11, and a 12 and 11-year-old right now, I feel as though it's it's like night and day, honestly.
It's a little different. All right, so I guess you could say that'd be growing up versus growing up today. The differences. I mean, that's kind of like basing the first question a little bit.
The first question was,
but I can see the question that they wanted answered. There's a difference between like we were saying, growing up back then. It was a whole different. How should I put it? Like, it was not atmosphere, but it was I don't know, it was something different. Like when we was growing up, you can go out and play and do certain things. Go to the basketball court, go to play football. Nowadays, you got those kids that they just want to be on video games. Like we mentioned in our first podcast that we did. We touched on it a little bit,
right.
But now we can touch on it a little bit more. Now that we're talking about the subject, so now you got the kids nowadays that want to be on their phone and they want to have the newest iPhone and the newest kicks. Back then, you could get a pair of Nikes and be cool. Mm-hmm. Like you go to school rocking them, and be cool. Like you don't have nobody really on your case about it. Nowadays, it's all about fashion.
I'm sorry, I keep it. Go ahead. I'll say it after you know.
Like you want to have the newest Jordans or the newest like Huaraches or the Yeezys. Everybody want to buy the Yeezys or whatever. Like and have the newest shirts and name brand, American Eagle, everything. Like they want to have Michael Kors. The females want to have all the Michael Kors stuff. Like so. Growing up back then, you had the parents that they brought you your stuff. But you didn't really, I wouldn't say you wouldn't care, but it wasn't as important as it is now to the kids nowadays.
Yeah.
So when they go to school and everything, first day of school, they gotta be looking fly and, they gotta have the right gear on and have the newest phone out and everything like that. Like, to me, back then, I don't think it really mattered, really, back then. As long as you had a phone, you can get in touch with your friends, you can do this and that, everything was cool. But now it's it's all materialistic type stuff. Everybody gotta have the newest thing that they gotta be the it. But that's for right now. That's what that's what I think basically. But you wanted to say something?
No, I was just pretty much about to say it's a two-way thing. I was just thinking about it. I'm like when you was elaborating on back then you could just buy Nikes and be cool. Mm-hmm. Think about the Nike outlet right now. Mm-hmm. And think about how their sales probably went from back in the early 2000s where just having Nikes was enough, then to, it didn't matter what they were, just having that Nike shine was enough. You understand what I'm saying? It's just, nowadays, like you said, it's, everything's a competition. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's where, going back to what we were talking about, that's where social media and the internet pretty much took a hold of our youngins and pretty much just made them feel as though this is what's cute, this is what's hot, this is what's popping, this is what not. You can't be yourself. Exactly. Odell Beckham hairstyle came out and everybody rocked that hairstyle. Mm-hmm. Everybody grandmother. I seen grandmothers with it on.
You had Chris Brown when he came out with the little blonde streak. Everybody wanted to do Chris Brown. Because why? Because Chris Brown did it. Yeah. So it's everybody wants to not be a follower, but they want to, try to be on that same type of time.
And people might laugh because they want to see this now, but people that went to school with me when we was in McCaskey, I was in Miss Hanson's class. I was in Miss Hanson's class, and I had a pair of Machiavellis.
Wait, in Lincoln?
It was Lincoln, but the 8th grade wing.
The
8th grade wing was in McCaskey. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I had a pair of Machiavellis, and then it had money signs all over them. And I never forget this. Miss Hanson was like, and I never took money to school. I didn't have like that, keep it real, but I never took money to school. But this day I had money in my pocket, like $3. And Miss Hanson seen the money on my shoes, and she was like, Terrence, you got money all over your shoes? Show me $1. I swear to God, she said, everybody start laughing. I was so cocky pulling that $3 out my pocket. I kind of leaned back on her. She was like, oh, okay. I remember tucked it before she actually got But that's a real story. But, yeah. So, that goes to that. I started smiling while you were talking because I was looking at number 3. That's, who asked that? I probably think I knew who asked
this number 3, We're gonna talk about it.
You go
I'll put my input on that one.
So whatever takes longer to get to me, because I don't.
You can. I'll go first. You know, you can.
Let me ask you.
Yeah, you can ask me.
All right, cool. So
cool.
we're gonna go you, and you know.
All
All right. Age when you lost your virginity.
I'm gonna find out the person that asked that question.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Age I lost my virginity. All right. Well, I was 14? Yeah, I was 14. I'm not gonna get into too much detail.
No, it says on here 3 to 5 minutes. Let's go. Let's go. I said it. Let's go. I want to hear it. I want names.
Whoa.
I want names. I would say my name.
I truly don't remember the person. I truly don't. No, I truly don't. Like, I would give the name. I wouldn't have no shame in giving the name. But I was in, 9th grade? I believe I was. Yeah, I was in 9th grade. I just got out of 8th grade. And I was talking to this shorty, Spanish girl. I forgot her name. That was so long ago. But I was talking to her or whatever, and we were texting the one day, and I was like, yo, what you doing, I was like, what you doing after school? And she was like, oh, nothing, I'm just chilling and going back to the crib, So I was like, all right, cool. I said, you want to meet up? I was like, because my aunt, I shouldn't even be saying this to my aunt, she might be watching this. My aunt wasn't at the crib. So I was like, bet, my sisters wasn't home. I forgot where my sisters were. But my aunt wasn't at the crib. My uncle wasn't at the crib because I had lived with them at the time. So I was like, I told her, I said, you come over after school because my peoples ain't going to be there. So she was like, all right, cool. Now, originally, she didn't know that I wanted to,
get the yams.
Yeah, I shouldn't say that. But she didn't know I wanted, get in cheeks. Yeah. So I invited her over. And we was chilling at first, I was just trying to do my Mac Daddy or whatever. Because mind you, before this, we were friends. Like, we were cool. She had told me, though, before that she had liked me. So I didn't think like it was like in that type of way, but she thought I was cute or whatever. So I tried, take a little advantage of that. And I was like, oh, so you think I'm cute? All right, cool. So, I'm a young bull at the time. So like, I took that as, oh, okay, I'm about to, get my jollies in. So she had came over to the crib. And I had to put my dog away. I had a pit bull. It was a pit bull and a Doberman mix. His name was Domino. I had to put him away. He almost messed it up for me because she was scared to come in the crib because he was there.
Damn Domino.
Almost messed it up for me. She was like, nah, I'm not coming in with that dog. I was like, yo, I'm gonna put him away. I'm gonna put him upstairs. We good. So we get in the crib. I put him away. We get in the crib. She came in or whatever. We talking, just watching TV a little bit. And then I want to say it was probably like maybe 30 minutes. It was about 30 minutes later. I busted a move on her. I got a little close and I kissed her on the cheek. I thought she was gonna slap me. I ain't gonna hold. I thought she was gonna slap me, but she didn't. So I was like, all right, cool. She just looked at me like when I gave her a kiss on the cheek. She just looked at me like kind of like a surprise type look. So I was like, all right, maybe I might be smooth with this. Let me see what I can do. Now, mind you, back then I wasn't as smooth as I was now. Like I am now. Back then I was a little cornball kind of. So, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was a little cornball back then. You know me back then. I was a little, but I was a little lighter. I was a little lighter too. I weighed a little, maybe I want to say 100 pounds less. I want to say I was about 100 pounds less. So yeah, I gave her the kiss. She looked at me, So I was like, yo, I really like you. I started like trying to sweet talk her. I was like, yo, I really think you cute. And then one thing led to another, and we had sex. I lost my virginity.
Well, you said one thing. I wanted to know details, baby. You
can't
give us a name. We gotta at least. You gotta fill that spot, my boy. Let's go.
All right. Well, we were on the couch.
Right.
She got on top. Yeah, you want it, like, and we had sex. At first, I ain't gonna hold. Like, I'm not gonna fake the funk like I knew what I was doing at first. I did not know I was doing at first. I ain't gonna even hold.
Now, was she a virgin also?
No, she was not. So yeah, she wasn't a virgin. So I was the only one. But I was like,
you said that like it was more niggas in the room. I was the only one. Everybody else.
But so she basically kind of took the upper hand a little bit. And she got on top, and she did her thing. I didn't get no head or nothing like that. But we did have sex for like, I want to say it was probably like, I don't know, it was probably like 15 minutes. It was like,
all right.
No, because I was scared. I was scared because I thought my people was gonna come home. So that's why
15 minutes your first time?
It was like 15 minutes.
You
20 minutes.
a fucking superhero.
It was like 15, 20 minutes.
That's not normal.
It was like 15, 20 minutes. Because like I said, she took advantage.
Right.
Like, she took advantage of me. I feel like she took advantage of me. Because she knew I wasn't, like, I tried to act like I knew what I was doing. But at the same time, it was like, all right, well, I just kind of went with the flow. Like, at first, I shouldn't even say this on this podcast, but because it's a little embarrassing. But fuck it. I'm going to say it anyway. Fuck it. I didn't know how to get hard at first. And then it happened, and I was like, oh, okay. And she kind of talked me through it. I know she kind of talked me through it. But yeah, so that's how I lost my virginity. That's all I'm gonna say in details.
You said
There's no more details.
Yeah, you got it. Okay.
But yeah, that was my experience. Do not judge me for this. I was young boy. All right. So T, Skinny, what was yours? I want details and names. And how they go down.
I don't remember how old I was. This is a fact, but this is back in the day. I don't remember how old I was. I went through my situation at 15. When I went away, whatever. So it was way before that. Okay. So it had to be 12, 13 maybe. Okay. Maybe I'm just guessing, but it was this Caucasian girl from
Caucasian.
Yeah, I'm trying to be politically.
Oh, okay.
She was from the Caucasian descent. From Mannheim's Township.
Okay, all right.
But I was in for a rude awakening, man. I thought that I was the black bull from from school, the football player from the city, and that white girl got me in that room. Boy, I'm telling you. But anyway, her name was I shouldn't be saying this.
What's her name?
Let's do first names only.
Yeah,
okay. Her first name was Maddie.
Okay.
Her first name was Maddie. We want to just leave it at that. And I should have known something because she was like, I don't know, we were the same age or I don't know, but like all I remember was like her and her mom. I don't remember her dad. I never remember her dad. It was her and her mom. And I remember her mom was mad thorough. Like her mom was mad cool. And it was always like niggas, always in the crib. Like we was always in there, and the mom never tripped. So I remember one day, it was just me and her there. It happened to be me and her. And I remember it was the first time she ever allowed me to come up to her room. So I came up to her room. She was like, we're going to watch TV or something. I can't remember. But we go up there, and I remember looking at, like, that's just back in the day when posters was big. And, you know what I mean? She didn't have, now that I think about it, she had no white boys on her wall. It was 50 Cent, big ass. I remember he was on the wall. Who else?
That's how it starts.
B2K. I remember B2K. Yeah, that day. B2, it was just like Ja Rule. Yeah. Ja Rule was up there. It was a whole bunch. It was just crazy. So then I remember looking around like, damn, that's what's up. Wooty woo. And then I remember looking. She used to write on her wall, so I remember looking down like right by her pillow. I'll never forget it. And it said, "I heart sex" on the wall. Right. So I used to be like, yo. I'm like, yo, your mom don't come in your room? She was like, yeah, like she comes in here. I'm like, so she don't see that? She was like, she don't care. I'm like, word? And she's like, yeah, like she don't care. Like, this is what it is. Like, woo. So I forgot how it led up, but she asked me, was I virgins? And I told her, like, nah, hell no. Like, I do this. You know what I mean? Because I'm thinking, number one, I'm not thinking that she's gonna try to, want to mess around. Yeah. And I'm trying to scare her. Like I'm black. You know what I'm talking about? Like don't play with me. Like I will trash you in this joint. You feel me? But that's not how it came out. So she was like, let me see it. I was like, oh shit. I'm nervous and all that. I never messed with a woman and all that. So I'm like, what you mean? Let you see what? You know what I mean? She was like, no, let me see it. So I'm working out, playing football. I'm like, I'm a weirdo. I'm talking about, I'll show you my abs. She's like, no.
She want to see shit.
You know what I'm talking about? So I'm like, oh, she's aggressive with it. So I just remember it happened. You know, whatever the case may be. I remember it happened. I remember I was like over top of her, whatever the case may be, and it happened. And I remember
For about how long?
probably like 6, 7 strokes, something like that. That was it.
Okay.
I said that bad, but I'm.
Well, you know,
It's
your first
I
time.
like I didn't expect it. Like when I remember looking, I remember vividly. I'm not trying to be like too graphic, but I just remember looking down and seeing her face red. I remember that, and I remember seeing her face red. I remember me cuddled up on the side of the bed, and her like, it's okay. I swear to God, because I was so embarrassed. I'm like, damn. I tried to play it off. This shit didn't work. And she asked me, she was like, yo, be honest, were you a virgin? And I was like, I'm mad emotional after it. I was just, you know, I'm like, yeah. And then she was like, oh my God, whoop-de-whoop. So I was in love. She didn't like me or nothing. It was just like something to do for her. I was in love. I started getting emotional, niggas being over the crib, coming over there crying and shit.
Yeah.
But nah, but
Man.
yeah, shit, goddamn, that's what happened.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm trying to think if I had just turned 16, and my first boyfriend, who you know, Mike. Yeah. So he definitely like schmoozed me, and like, cause apparently he knew it was going down that night. So yeah.
Fucking Mike.
Right. So I remember we went to the mall. He bought me like shoes and all his clothes. We went to the movie. Got me something to eat. Like I said, you know.
You shot.
Oh
Yeah.
It had to happen. I did too much. You know what I mean?
Bought you food and all that. Oh,
Right.
man, it's going down.
What did I eat?
I feel like we went to Olive Garden.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, it was,
Yeah. If it was McDonald's, yeah, but I'm done.
No, like, yeah.
Okay, so go ahead.
So yeah, like I said, there was a bunch of stuff that, you know, he picked me up from school. We went right after. We did all the, you know, mall, whatever. And then we got back to my house, and my parents were always okay with us. Like, I had the whole downstairs to myself. So I, like, the basement, I had my room, I had a full bathroom, and I had a living room.
Right.
So, yeah.
At 16?
Yes, yeah. So, so we went down to, we weren't allowed in my room, but we were allowed in the living room. But they both had doors, so
Yeah,
it wasn't.
whatever.
So we went to the living room, and he put on some music, and yeah, and then it just
Damn.
yeah, my first
What was the song? You remember the song?
Oh God, no, I don't. I just remember my heart beating so fast.
Was it was it like?
What was gonna
Do
happen?
you remember the tempo of it? Like,
Oh, it was
this
R&B. It was like some sort of Chris Brown, Trey Songz.
If he put up some DMX,
No.
you know he's from New York, so you know, that nigga's crazy. But
well, believe it or not, like the night that.
New York.
You know, you're aggressive. That's all.
God. The Mike that I knew at that time, like with me, was very sensitive and very, you know, like different than obviously than what you know and what I came to know after that. Obviously.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, no, and he, like I said, when I say my first time was way more experience than I thought it was going to be because he was.
Oh, your behalf of his.
Well, he did a lot of things that I had no idea what he was doing.
That you never even knew was.
How long was it?
Yeah. Probably like an hour or two.
And you was talking about me?
But
What now?
she's a woman.
But yeah. Okay.
Right, but I mean, yeah.
That obviously wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
He knew what to do. You know what I'm talking about?
I was saying, and then yeah, because I was 16, and turns out he was 20, so 21 at the time. So yeah, he knew what he was doing, obviously.
Well.
Yeah. So.
Well, let me say this for the record. I didn't know that. I know him, but I'm not condoning that. I didn't know.
Hey, the what's that called? The age of consent is 16. I found that out at that time too. So.
Oh my God.
So yeah, so that was fun.
Now, we're gonna get on to our next question. For from our viewers.
Everybody put in the comments who had the craziest story. I think I just heard it. I think
I just heard it too.
I mean, when you think about it though, like, let me elaborate a little bit on that. Ladies, can y'all relate to what our producer, Kelly, just said behind the camera? Like, can y'all say y'all first time was... Because a lot of people don't, like, at the end of the day, she was treated like a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, not condoning ages, and I'm not speaking on that part of it, because, you know, that's, you know, whatever. But as far as, like, can anybody else out there, like, I know a lot of the women that watch this is older, you know, my mother friends and everything. When y'all first got with y'all husbands and stuff like that, and you know they was or your first, whatever it might be, do y'all remember being wined and dined, or do y'all kind of remember it was like the little fun thing when you were sneaking out and meeting up at the park behind a tree with your man or whatever? Like how did it go? You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely tune in on that. And you don't gotta get in too much, you know, in the comments. You know, I know you won't put your business out there, but either agree, disagree, or, you know, differ, you know, whatever.
Look, I'm gonna throw a curveball. I'm gonna throw a curveball in this real quick. While we were on the subject, what would you say is the craziest place you ever had sex in?
Oh, Lord. What's in that cup?
Soda. Soda's that cup. What would you say? Craziest place you ever had sex in for you. I mean, it might not be in general, but your craziest place you ever had sex in.
That reaction right there, you got some shit.
Yes, I do.
Me though?
Yeah. For you though, it don't have to be like, you know, everybody else have to agree.
I mean, I feel like I'm very boring, bro. Like I feel like everything I did is like everybody. Like my crazy place would probably be a car, like probably.
Okay.
When I was small, I know y'all look like, yeah, right, nigga, you big ass. But no, when I was small, and plus I'm engaged now, so I'll do that anymore. But.
Mine was actually also in a car. And this was maybe 2 years ago? Yeah, about 2 years ago.
What type of car was it?
It was an Expedition. It was a red Expedition. It was one of my coworkers' cars.
From where? Where she work at?
I'm not getting all that. Okay, I'm not getting all that.
No, you make us throw names.
No.
Nah, we let you slide. What you talking about? I don't remember the girl name.
No, I really didn't remember her name.
All right, so what's this girl name? Throw it out there. First name.
Her name was D. D-E-E. That was her name. She was Chinese and Puerto Rican mix.
Where she work at?
I'm not saying all that, okay?
Now, you said her. Who knows a Chinese and Puerto Rican mix?
It's fine. I got people that are watching. No,
a black name and two different races.
But we were in the
car. I know where you work.
I went and picked her up. I was actually working at the time, but I was on break. I went and picked her up, and we drove around for a little bit. This was not in Lancaster. This was actually somewhere else.
York.
No, it was in York. But we drove around for a little bit, and I ended up finding
New York.
No.
Get in detail. Why are you doing that?
It wasn't. No. So it was about 40 minutes away from here. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
40 minutes away. Oh, I know what I'm saying.
You don't even know.
40 minutes from here?
Okay, well, I'll tell you if you're right.
Still in.
No, it wasn't. So
give me a hint.
Oh my God. Doesn't matter. That's not the point.
He's not giving us enough. We got into details.
You did not get into fully details.
What else you want to know? What I was wearing?
But so yeah, I had her in the car. It was a quickie because I had to get back to work. But we drove around and I ended up finding a place, a little parked up. And she on the back. She did what she did. And then we had sex for like 5 minutes. It was probably like 5-6 minutes. We had sex, and then that was the craziest place I ever did it. Somebody else's car.
Someone else's car. See, that's a little twist on it.
Yeah.
Because I've had, so many experiences in a car that's like normal.
Yeah.
But
it was big enough for me.
No, honestly, my I have two. I can't decide. Reservoir Park. Behind the baseball
field Reservoir Park. Shout out I'm about to say that. I almost slipped up. Yo, damn. Shout out my little cousin Levante. Shout out my cousin Jarkeisha. Shout out my cousin Isha. Y'all know when we all rode, we dated a family. Like my family dated this other family from a Caucasian descent. We had these long boxes. I don't know where we found these boxes from, and we was mad dumb. This is back in dry humping days though. This is before sex. This is like 10, 11. And my mom used to go to this I threw my mom under the bus. But anyway, my mom used to go to this bar on the corner of Broad Street named Kelsey's. It used to be Kelsey's Bar. My mom was known in there. All my family was. And we thought it was a good idea to take, we had these boxes about as long as these tables. They're wide, probably wider. And we were, just put it this way. People driving on the street, all they seen was these boxes flying up in the air. We were dry humping the shit out of each other in these boxes in front of Kelsey's.
Oh, I just thought of another place. Hold on. Lancaster Catholic football locker room.
Oh,
what?
Yeah.
You didn't go to
Catholic. Yeah, them Catholic girls in that school.
No, I didn't go to Catholic. It was with one of the coaches.
What?
Oh. Okay. Next question.
Say names. Fuck it. No.
Actually, I don't know his name.
We're not going there.
Oh,
we're not going there. Okay.
God.
Next question. That people want to know.
Don't let that professional voice fool y'all. I'm telling you. Damn.
So
that was a good one.
we're gonna go to our next question. We're gonna go to our next question.
Was he a Catholic?
Oh my.
Or
He was a coach.
He was a
But
coach.
was he like religious? I guess not.
Well,
He was religious,
we're
right?
gonna go
Oh God.
We're gonna go
Oh,
to the next question.
cut that out.
Okay, we're gonna cut that out. All right. So next question.
Wow.
I'll let you take over for the next question.
I am beyond shocked. You two shocking me today. I just want you to know that. I thought I was the wild one. Nope, I lied. Where we at? Like, okay. The way we jumped the structure.
I was like, if you want to jump around. We should probably jump around a little bit because we're at like 35.
Already.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump around. All right, so let's see. Let's go to number 7. Somebody want to read number 7 out?
Your first kiss / crush. Ooh, we're gonna make these quick. Let's make these quick.
I read it.
Kiss
I don't remember
crush.
I remember my first crush.
My first kiss, I
stayed kissing.
I want to say I was 7. Yeah, I was about 7. I was living in New York, in Brooklyn. I was in my backyard of where I lived, the house that I lived at. I was in the backyard, and there was this girl that lived on the block. We were all close to everything. Her name was Jadine. She was Jamaican, and she had came over, and we were in the back or whatever, and we was being stupid, silly, and my sisters was actually the ones that kind of egged on the whole thing. Shout out to my sisters, Tiffany, Keisha. They actually kind of egged it on a little bit. And yeah, that was my first kiss. We kissed in the backyard. My first crush was in middle school.
Mary Carmen.
No.
Stephanie.
No, it was you. It was
Aaron.
Yes.
Shout out Aaron.
Aaron. I'm not saying last names.
I'm saying. Do I know her last name?
I know you better not say her last name.
Aaron.
No, I know her last name, but I'm not gonna say her last name.
What to start with?
We're not gonna go there. So whoever went to Lincoln already knows. But yeah.
Nah, a lot of people
my crush.
My
crush was Aaron. She was quiet. I don't know what it was about her, Puerto Rican girl.
She was Puerto Rican?
Yeah, she had straight A's. She was always getting straight A's. But
I don't think Aaron was Puerto Rican.
She was.
What was her last name?
We're not going over it.
Oh, got it.
You try to get me. But yeah, so that was my first ever crush.
No, I really didn't know she was Puerto Rican.
And she was my I had a big thing for her. Like,
I have a story about Aaron. Aaron snapped on me, and people that went to school with us know about this. Aaron snapped on me in an auditorium before because we was having some seminar in the auditorium, and she's like the freedom writer. She's like the. How do you explain how she was? Like
she was your.
She was your.
I'm not gonna say goody goody, But
Yeah,
she. No, I'm not gonna say goody.
But she was up talking, and then I forgot who I was sitting with. Maybe Jamil or something. I can't remember. But I was sitting with somebody.
Adams.
No, McClendon.
McClendon.
But I think, I don't even know if that was him or not. But I was sitting with somebody that made me laugh. They said she was up talking. We weren't even worried about what she was talking about. Like the whole auditorium paying attention to her, the people on the stage paying attention to her. And he said something that made me laugh, and I laughed. And everybody know I'm Terrence. Everybody know. And she stopped what she was saying in the middle of the whole auditorium watching her, turned around and said, "Shut up, Terrence. You're always making fun of people. You need to grow up." And I'm looking at everybody dying laughing. Everybody like, yeah. I remember Ambria. Ambria was egging. And me and her, Ambria used to date back in the day. And you were the main one egging that girl on to keep going at me. And I'm sitting there like, I don't even know what happened. Like, what's going on? Why are you this mad? You know what I mean? But, yeah. So, she gave me a, yeah.
Who's your first
Shout
kiss?
out Aaron, though. Aaron. Aaron.
We're not going to go over that. Who's your first kiss?
My first kiss?
Yeah.
My mom. Duh. Who first kiss?
Female-wise.
She's a female. What's your name?
You know what I mean.
Say that. I don't remember. My first ever kiss, I don't remember.
What about
I
crush?
really don't. My first crush? It was elementary school. Nah. Nah, it was this big girl named damn, I can't remember her name. But it was a big girl, she was Puerto Rican. And I ended up being in school, I think her name started like an L or something, I can't remember. But I ended up being in, and you know what's crazy? You know how time replays itself? I had a crush on her back in elementary school, she didn't know it. And then we ended up being in middle school together again, and you know, they was from the religion where they like wear their skirts, like, dresses. Yeah. And she run with like all other Puerto Rican girls, whatever kids may be.
Talking about Leslie?
Nope. No, at first I thought that was her name.
Okay.
No, not Leslie. I know the talk. No, not her. Not her.
Alright.
But yeah. So where was I at? Anyway. No, it wasn't her for real. But no. But anyway, that was my crush. And then what I was saying about being in middle school, she used to hang out with the other Puerto Rican girls, and we was all busting on each other in math class. And she was like, and she ended up saying, I still had a crush on her, nobody knew. She didn't even know. And she was like, I don't know why y'all tripping, because Terrence is cute for a black boy. That's what she said. That's literally what she said. Not that she's racist, but you know, Ricans, you know how they are. But yeah, she said that, and I went home and yeah. Anywho, next question.
All right.
What yours?
Oh, gosh, well, my first kiss was this guy named Zach.
Zachy.
Shout out Zach. Zachy.
He was, I'm trying to think how much older he was than me. I was in 8th grade. I want to say he was probably in 11th or something like that. It was like the summer before.
So like 13?
Yeah, I was probably 13.
13, 17?
Yeah, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But he was like the only one of the only black guys that went to our school.
Oh, he was black?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. I thought I told you I've never kissed or been with anyone white.
What?
Yeah.
Caucasian descent.
Caucasian descent. Never.
Caucasian.
I thought you knew that.
Nah, I never knew that.
Yeah, no. So that was Zach, and then.
So Zach was black.
Yeah.
Black Zach.
Black Zach. Zach.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. I actually knew somebody named that. That's
It's actually kind of funny though, because his daughter and my daughter are in the same class now. Like,
oh wow.
They're both in the same 1st grade class.
What if they fight?
It's fun.
Like,
no, they're actually like best friends.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, shout out Black Zach.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's a small world, but
Yeah.
So go on to 11 then, so we can start to wrap up.
Okay.
All right. So, if you could bring back one rapper or actor, who would it be?
Man, that is. Can we do one and one? One actor and one rapper? Damn, I don't know, bro. I might have to pass on this one.
You don't know?
Yeah, this. One rapper for sure. Damn, this is. I'm I'm gonna just say for me. And a lot of people might disagree with this, but I'm gonna say for the impact they made in my life personally. You know, y'all might disagree because there's so many out there, but I'm gonna say a rapper, definitely Nipsey Hussle.
I knew you. I knew.
I'm bringing back Nip 100%. I'm bringing him back. That's me. Hopefully you don't know about it. 'Cause I know Pac is out there, Biggie. I know that, but Nip impacted me differently. And an actor, a lot of people are going to trip out on me on this too because there's so many out there. Like I said, but for me, Charlie Murphy. Charlie Murphy, man, what's up? Bro.
Okay. Rapper, I gotta go with hometown, Biggie. So that'll be my rapper that I would want to bring back. Actor, I don't have one. That I would want to bring back.
You know how many people from Brooklyn died?
But I don't have a favorite actor that I would want to bring back that passed away. I have favorite actors that I have now, but not one that passed away.
If you could bring one back, like you got Robert Williams, you got a lot of people out there. You got Paul, what's his name? Paul Walker.
Well, I would say my actor most recently because on my mind is John Witherspoon.
Yeah,
because he was hilarious.
Yeah, he was big. He was big in a lot of our childhoods and our, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Friday, William Brothers, you know what I mean?
Brothers, yeah.
So that's a good one.
Okay.
You want to pick one?
Yeah. We're gonna jump down to this.
We're jumping now because we're wrapping it up here. Yeah, the table start leaning. They probably like that weak ass table.
Your favorite movie, and why? What's your favorite movie and why?
Vampire in Brooklyn. It's my favorite movie. Yeah, it's my favorite movie.
And why?
I don't know. I felt like everybody had a weird obsession when they were a kid, and for some reason, mine was either a werewolf or a vampire. And just being able to see a black vampire in the hood, it did it for me. Like, because when I was a young boy, when I was like in the elementary school and all that, I used to get bullied. You know what I mean? Like me and my brother, we used to get chased on. I'm talking about, that didn't happen, later on in life. But when we was kids and watching elementary school, you know what I mean? We used to get jumped on by middle schoolers. But I used to watch that movie and I'm like, if I can be that for one night, you know what I mean? So that was pretty much why Vampire in Brooklyn was my favorite movie of all time.
All right. My favorite movie, I have two, and it's hard because
favorite.
I have Rush Hour 2 and I have The Longest Yard. I know both of those movies by heart. But if I had to choose between Rush Hour 2 and The Longest Yard, I would go Rush Hour 2. Why? I'm a big Chris Tucker fan. Big Chris Tucker fan. I think he's funny as hell. And the role that he played in Rush Hour 2 is it's crazy. Like, he was funny throughout that whole movie. So that's why I would choose Rush Hour 2. I know I like all the movies, all the Rush Hours are good. But that's my favorite movie of all time, Rush Hour 2.
Facts.
Rush Hour 2.
I like that.
You have one, Kelly?
Oh my gosh. Well, I have two as well, but they're completely different. Either Remember the Titans or Mean Girls. So, quality content.
Mean Girls. Is that the one with Tiffany Haddish?
No, that's the one with Lindsay Lohan. Yeah.
A Caucasian movie.
Oh my God. Yes, actually.
I'm on a roll. Sit down. But
no, I would say quality content, Remember the Titans, girl, like classic girl movie would be Mean Girls. I know all the lines to that one.
All the lines to Mean Girls.
Mean Girls, yeah.
And then, the reason why we weren't talking over you, we wanted to get you to start with this one, and then I guess we can start wrapping it up. We want to go out with a bang. So we got two more we're gonna do, and we want you to start with this one.
I got one.
You can pick the next one, but this one, I wanted to start with you at number 12.
Oh, number 12, first time getting lit?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just learned so much. I really.
Yeah. That's a good story, actually.
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay, so this was the summer after 8th grade. A lot of stuff happened summer after 8th grade.
It seems like it. It seems like it.
How was that summer?
That's a hell of a summer.
So they were building a new neighborhood in the neighborhood that I lived in. There was like what we call the old neighborhood, and then there were new townhouses being built like at the other end of our neighborhood. So we had a whole group of people. So it was me, my friend Kelsey, I think Kara was there too, and then Zach and Matt. And Zach and Matt were like obviously like our bad influences, I guess you could say. They were the older guys who...
Were they?
Yeah.
Caucasian?
I mean, Matt was. Zach wasn't.
Wow.
Yeah, so...
That was Zachy.
Zachy.
Yeah, Zach was my crush. Yeah, Zach was my first kiss.
Black Zach. Shout out Black Zach.
Yeah. So Matt somehow got his hands on a bottle of Southern Comfort. And
Damn.
we went back into the new neighborhood, and there was like trails, like wood trails and stuff. So we went on one of the wood trails and we had flashlights, and we started taking shots of this Southern Comfort, and we got like halfway through the bottle, and then we were lit by that point because it was me, Kelsey, and Kara. It was all of our first time like drinking.
Damn.
So we were pretty lit. Matt and Zach were, they were fine. So they took us to one of these houses that was being built. We climbed. And like it was just like a skeleton of a house, just like the wood and everything.
Right.
The stairs weren't even built, whatever. So drunk as fuck, we climbed up to the roof of this house.
What?
We were drunk. I remember almost crying because I couldn't pull myself up to the second story to get like on the roof. And like they had to help me. So I'm like trying to like pull myself up on these like, these wooden beams. And then you had to walk across, like a little 2x4 to get to the outside. Yeah. And we were all
Zach is one hell of a nigga. Right? He is different. You know what I'm talking about?
So we were all like, because it was like a wooden skeleton, but the roof was built.
Right.
So the roof had shingles and it was all built and everything. So we climbed out of a window at the top. And yeah, we were all just down on the side of this house, drunk as fuck, taking shots of SoCo. And
do you when you drink that now, do you think about that?
Oh, I don't drink it at all. I can't.
You don't? Damn.
I cannot drink that. That was the first and only time I drank Southern Comfort. Because we downed that whole bottle. And then we ended up going back to my house. Like I said, I had a downstairs door that we always snuck out of. So came in the downstairs, and Matt and Zach ended up crashing at my parents' house. And yeah, I remember waking up, oh God, horrible headache.
Probably in tears.
And yeah, it was really bad. Yeah.
So when was your first time getting lit?
Nothing like that. I ain't climbing shit. But my first time getting lit, again, I think I had him in one of my stories before, but shout out Jamil McClennan, my boy. It was at one of the school dances. And I never drunk in my life. I lied to him and told him, of course. I was such a fraud when I was a kid because I used to tell people I did shit that I never did. But he came in to the school dance at Lincoln with a bottle of Sprite, and I thought it was Sprite in there, but it was vodka. And it didn't take too much of that. All right, it didn't take too much of that. And I remember just being behind the bleachers, like telling myself, "Yeah, niggas, don't go home tonight." Cause I had strict parents, you know what I mean. My mom, drank. So me coming in the house, she would already knew what somebody drinking looked like, you know what I mean. So I was like, yeah, I was twisted, and I remember after that, I remembered I ended up slapping. I walked home with one of my boys, and I ended up slapping his sister's butt. And her man didn't like that too much. So that was the first time I got drunk and got a black eye. So that was pretty cool, I guess. Say now I beat ball up. Stop playing. Pretty good.
My first time getting lit. I want to say, and this might surprise some of y'all, but I think I was about 19, 20.
I like 19.
Yeah, I was about 19, 20. Cause I'm not really a liquor drinker. But I remember this day like it was yesterday. I worked at Turkey Hill at the time, and I was supposed to pull this overnight shift. Started at 11, so I was at my boy's crib. He lived right down the street from me. My boy E. I used to go over to his crib and we used to play Madden and shit all the time. So I was over there playing Madden. He had, I still remember, it was the new the Amsterdam in that clear bottle, the cheap stuff. So I'm over there playing, and I'm like, all right, cool. You know, he was like, yo, take a shot. I was like, all right, cool. So I took a shot. So he was like, yeah, we're going to play the game. We can take a shot, drink a little bit. I was like, all right, cool. I'm good. Like, you know, I don't got to work till later on tonight, so I'm good. So one shot led to two shots. Two shots led to a double shot. Double shot led to more double shots. And after a while, I took maybe, I want to say maybe about 7 double shots of this stuff.
Your
So
first ever time drinking.
I started, actually drinking, and where I took to where I got lit. I mean, I drank before that, but this is my first time getting lit, drunk.
Yeah.
So good thing I lived down the street. So when I started feeling that, I was like, yo, I'm not feeling too good. I need to go home and get a little rest. So I walked home. I don't know how I got home, but I walked home down the street. I just laid. I guess I just fell out of my bed. Next thing I know, I woke up. It was like 11:20. I had throw up all over me.
Oh.
It was crazy. It was crazy. I felt like shit. Like I had to call the job, tell them I couldn't make it. Like it was crazy. But that was my first time ever getting lit.
Damn.
And I would never drink that stuff again. Ever to this
Amsterdam's
day.
not that bad though.
It was that clear cheap stuff about it. It was like Amsterdam. It was the it has the little man on it. It's a clear big ass bottle. It's like $11. It's like real cheap. It's a cheap shit.
Little man on it. What's that on?
It's like the man's on the bottle. It's a little cheap shit. But so yeah, that was my first time getting lit. But I want to wrap. I want to go with one more question. I'm stuck between the two, which one I want to do, but I'm gonna do this one because I feel like it might be a little bit more. It might be a little interesting to see what everybody got to say about it. But I'm gonna go to number 5. If you hit the lotto, what would you do? And we can go from there, and then we'll end it like that. So, brother from another mother. If you hit the lotto, what would you do with the money?
Property. Own something, man. I know a lot of people running around talking about they wanna flex and buy every car and every piece of no. Own something, build something, make something. You know what I mean? One thing they can't take from you is land. Own some land, man. Get some land and build, bro. Literally. And then once I got myself established like that, I'll, you know what I mean, start taking the trips and all that. Mine's gonna be boring, bro, because I'm being realistic. You know what I mean? And yeah, bro, building, buy land, bro, land and putting buildings and shit on that joint. That's for real, bro. Businesses and franchises.
Oh yeah.
Buy a whole damn block and just put franchises on that bitch. Get all that. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. That's me. And a strip club, but you got to do something for the brother. You got to do something for your homies. You know what I mean? Strip club. You know what I'm talking about? I have to look out for my homies. Whatever. But yeah, bro.
I'm gonna be truthful with it. If I won the lotto, and it was a lot of money. First and foremost, I'm giving it to charity. First and foremost. Then I'm gonna I definitely am.
What charity you give it to?
I'm gonna give it to some type of charity.
Why? What charity?
I don't know what charity yet, but I would give it to some type of charity.
For what? Why?
Just because that's what I would do.
Why?
Because I'm helping out people.
I have
all that money to help out.
Everybody always say, right? Yo, if I give you $100 million, what you do? I would give it to charity. No, the fuck you wouldn't.
I really would.
If you was going to give something to somebody,
I don't know what charity it would be.
There's a lot out,
but I would have to choose at the time. But I don't know. I couldn't tell you right now and then like what charity it would be. But I would choose a charity and I would pick the charity and I'll give it to them. I'll give them the money.
How much?
Huh?
How much?
If I won, let's say 500 mil, I'll give them $1 million. I'll give them $1 million.
Okay.
That's serious. I'll give them $1 million.
It's not bad.
I'll give my family money. Like, I'll look out for all my family members, my closest, like, relatives, extended, you know, that I know that always looked out for me, you know, was always there. Definitely do that. What else would I do? I mean,
let's
definitely invest
in
a restaurant.
Let's do
because I can cook. So I'll definitely invest in the restaurant. I would hire people. It would be my own restaurant. It'd probably be a southern restaurant.
He's saying the politically correct stuff.
This is what I would do.
If you hit the lottery, everybody know you're gonna give to your family. You say you're gonna give to charity.
I'm buying drugs.
No, I'm being this.
Like, no, I get it. I get what you're saying, but I'm saying we get that part. But you know, for the sake of wrapping it up, well, not for you, but I'm saying for the sake of skipping all that. You know what I mean? Make it spicy. You know, we know that. We know you're gonna give to your family. We know. I know. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I'm saying for the sake of it, if you had 500 million. Just say 100 million of that going to your charities, your family, your this, your that.
So all the extra shit.
So all the extra money, like what you doing with after you look out for everybody.
I'm gonna invest. I'm gonna invest. Like I just said, I'm open my own store and I'm gonna invest in a food store, restaurant of some sort, southern or just in every
Now, would you cook there yourself or would you?
I would run it and cook. I would hire the top of the top.
A lot of people won't work in it, but that's different.
I would hire, like I said, the top of the top. Get very good cooks, chefs, everything. Waitresses, waiters. I hire the top of the top people that qualify for my restaurant.
There you go.
And then once my restaurant is doing good and we're bringing in the money, I would open another one, and I'll put it in a different location. Say this one's in Lancaster, I'll open one maybe like a Reading or York or maybe
Harrisburg,
a Lebanon or Harrisburg or somewhere, or Philly. I go out to Philly and open one. So once I would get that ball rolling, then I'll do another one and just keep it going, and just keep the money flowing.
So you would take your restaurant and make it a franchise.
Pretty much.
That's lit. Yeah, that's lit.
Pretty much. And have my own franchise. Do what I got.
Other than drugs, what was
Well, no, I was gonna say this actually would be a good topic if Kiwan was here because he always has the best answer for this.
Yeah,
to be honest,
because he keeps it.
He's real.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's why I'm trying to keep it spicy because I'm like, yo, like I knew what other people would bring.
Yeah. No, I'm like. Me and Kiwan have discussed it before, so I'll tell you what what we have discussed before we're giving it to anyone. We're gonna buy any and every type of drug that there is, all the alcohol possible, and we're gonna go on a 7-day just binge.
If y'all die, just sign on.
Sign all that money.
Sign that shit. 7 days.
7 days.
What?
Sign all that money over.
Yeah. Before y'all go into y'all little man layer and start that up, I will make y'all sign something. Listen, just in case y'all die. But that's because you know what's crazy? People going to gravitate to that answer because it's real. Like, there's really people out there that would do to be like, yo, I'm going to get trashed for a week.
Would absolutely do that.
Yeah.
He would. So.
And after he come back to normal, he gonna be fucked up. You know what I mean? So after he gonna come back and be like, yo, I still got 350 million in it. Like, let's do it again. Sign this one more time.
Just make sure.
You know what I mean? But, yo, it's like, it's real.
Yeah.
Would I be there with y'all? Probably not.
Right.
But
no, we're gonna be locked in a room somewhere.
Yeah.
Just
But that's like when you say every that's good. Okay, so it's so much more. It's so much more. Like I learned so much about both of you, especially you. I learned so much about both of y'all today that it's I think it was a great show. Mm-hmm. Please send more of these in, man. Send more of these in.
Yes.
These were
some good questions.
And we missed. Hold on. Matter of fact, pass me that right there. So what I'm gonna do before we sign out? Matter of fact, you can start signing out if you want. I'm gonna go down what we went over, and then I'll read what we have left, and then
Yeah.
Maybe one day
We can do another show that's like this in the future. And
Right.
We're gonna bring a guest on. We might.
Yeah.
We definitely bring another guest on. See what they had to say. You know.
Right.
Or maybe we might have two guests. Have a female and a male. Come on and we can.
Did we do number 6?
No, we didn't do a favorite TV show.
All right.
No, that was the one I was kind of like.
We did number 7. First.
So yeah, definitely send some more questions for us to do for the next time. And like I said, we'll more than likely gonna have a guest on here or a guest or two. If you want to be a guest, you have to hit us up. You can hit my inbox. You can hit Terrence inbox.
At Terrence Miller Jr.
Kelly's inbox. Any of us. You can hit our inbox.
It's probably best if. Oh, obviously you can do any of us, but the show's inbox is probably the best.
Yep.
That way we can all see it.
And I'm gonna say this on camera. I want you to keep this in because this is a problem. I had a lot of people hit me up saying that they couldn't find the page. I don't know how.
Really?
Yeah, I was sending the links out. I mean, I don't know how that's possible, but
no, it's just My Brother's Keeper podcast.
Yeah. So just My Brother's Keeper podcast. Look it up, YouTube, and everybody's showing love on Facebook.
Yep.
Click the link for YouTube. You don't even have to watch it. Just click the link.
Subscribe.
Yeah,
subscribe, and you can get off the videos. You know what I mean? Just, you know what I mean? So we can get the revenue up, so we can get out there and everything like that. That's all. Just
subscribe for us.
Yeah.
So
and be part of it.
Another good show. My Brothers Keepers podcast. Once again, it's your boy Anthony.
It's your boy Terrence.
And we signing off. My Brothers Keepers podcast.
Peace out. Love y'all.